Here we are. Hopefully this doesn't get hit hard with copyright. It sounds like it might. I might actually need to mute. Let's see. If it actually starts hitting us with some lyrics, I probably will. I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm glad they gave me another credit sequence to talk about the game. I want to preface this by saying that, because I think some people will immediately make this assumption, like, oh, he's really salty from the final boss being annoying or whatever, so, like, he's being more critical than he otherwise would be. Not the case. Not the case at all. I'm going to be straight up with you 100%. There are things I like about the ending here at Lineage of Legacies. There are things that I do not like at all. So, the last couple of scenes there, seeing all the characters off, were really nice. Those were really good. All of the bits with the characters saying their farewells. Richard's especially being like, when I get to that dream, will you come with me? I really, really loved that. Sharia finally getting Asbel to basically agree to marry her, as she rightfully deserves at long last. Insanely deserved. That was really, those were really nice, good moments. I like those a lot. Let's talk about what I absolutely hate. I hate what they did to Lambda at the very end there. I absolutely despise it. I guess it's a little fitting that he, like, why are you showing me this game? But, I guess it's a little and of course you gotta zoom out to get more of Victorian. Yeah, classic Japan. But I absolutely hate what they did with Lambda at the end. Like, I guess it's kind of, like, fitting that he's like, oh, I'm gonna try and do what Asbel did for me and get Fodra over its hate or whatever. But I absolutely love and adore the concept of Lambda living with Asbel, like, being merged with him. And Lambda, like, having those moments where he talked with Asbel and then the moments where he spoke with the other characters were some of my favorite moments in the entire game. So, for the base version of Graces to end with that kind of, like, idea of, like, Lambda went on to live with Asbel and, like, learn friendship and, like, how to get over his hatred and whatnot, being with Asbel, I loved that. I absolutely loved that so much. It was one of my favorite things about how I thought this game ended. And then in this, they kind of throw it away. They kind of, like, speedrun it. They have Lambda wake up 6 months later, interact with Asbel and the others for a short while throughout this little mini story arc at the end, and then they're like, all right, goodbye, Lambda. Goodbye, you don't get to spend any time ever again with Asbel or any of the others. They immediately got you past all of your hatred and everything. It only took them, like, a week tops to get you to move past everything and become a good friend and be willing to, like, never see them again and sacrifice 100 years of your life to spend time dreaming with Fodra, instead of living out, like, his time with Asbel through Asbel's life. I absolutely despise that. That is, honestly, not counting, like, my gameplay gripes, that is my least favorite thing they've done in this game by far. I do not like it at all. What do we got here? Oh, is this where they add Lambda's name to the tree? Was Lambda's name there? I couldn't see it if it was.
I promise. I'll watch over this world forever.
I do like that. That was a nice little end with Sophie there. But I absolutely hate what they did to Lambda at the end there. I really, really, really hate it. Like, a lot. Oh, this was at the end of the game again? So this is their great-great-grandson or whatever.
Discovered a lost seed. He planted it in his yard, and he took care of it every day. Over time, the lost seed grew up and blossomed into a beautiful flower. What do you think happened to the seed after that? It turned into a bright, shining star that watched over everyone. This was its way of thanking the boy who had been so very kind to it. Which star was it? Well, it's the one we all know best. Our favorite star of all.
I think that was just the same as when you beat the main game. Hello, I'm gonna slap this save right here just in case. Alright, and now we should be able to load back up into Chapter 8 again. Let me go ahead and load back in the game before I continue talking. Lineage and Legacies. Didn't beat it in the original playthrough. There's the proof. Load up the game for me. We should have all of our Lineage and Legacies stuff here. I do love that bit with Sophie at the very end. That's very nice. Errand Boys. I believe that's the skit. Okay, Amazing Bone. I believe that's the skit that leads to zhonecage. So we have all of our stuff, right? Yeah, we got all the Axel mode stuff still. Ready to go. Let's start getting to work on any of these other new things we have. Sophie has adapted Richard's rapier arts. Nice. But anyways, yeah, I really, really hate what they did with Lambda at the end there. Like, it actually, that also, like, really honestly affects my enjoyment of the end of the game. Like, that I liked it better when I didn't know that's what happened. I liked it better when I just assumed that Lambda, like, ended up waking up after resting for a while and then, like, lived out his life with Asbel and then probably eventually moved to a different host or something down the line when Asbel died, like someone in Asbel's lineage or something. So, that, I really, really, really did not like that. The overall story of Lineage and Legacies with, like, Little Queen and all was fine. I mean, the thing is, like, Grace's story really isn't that great. It's kind of just, like, it's alright. It's not bad, but it's not, like, amazing either. The thing that I really love about the story of Grace's is Lambda's backstory and the lore of Fodra and all. That's the part that I really like. The rest of the, like, overarching story, I really don't care about all that much, and I didn't really care about the overarching story of Lineage and Legacies either. I just cared about the characters and the character interactions. Which, if I have to choose between better characters or better story, I'm probably gonna choose better characters, like, 9 times out of 10. So that's good. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't really care about Little Queen and the Fodra Core stuff going on and all that, whatever. I really, just cared about the characters and what they were going through and how they were dealing with stuff and whatnot. I think they did really well with Sophie's storyline there and doing that. That was really fun. Really well done. It really just comes down to that whole bit with Lambda leaves an awful taste in my mouth. I really, really, really wish they hadn't done that with Lambda. I did not like it. Especially after he had those moments talking to all the other characters and you kind of see, like, oh, Lambda can go on to, like, have friends and, like, exist, etc. And then he's like, well, I'm just gonna, like, never interact with the main cast other than Sophie ever again. I'm gonna, like, take a nap with Fodra for 100, 200 years. It reminds me of Zesteria's ending, and I thought Zesteria's ending was a load of crap, too. But Zesteria's story in general was a load of crap. So, really didn't like that, and it really kind of, like, it didn't ruin the ending of Lineage and Legacies for me, but it definitely, like, lessened it for me. It made me like it a lot less. But everything that they did with all the other characters other than Lambda, I thought they did really well. It was really nice. Really good final moments for all of them, those last bits. I enjoyed that. So, yeah, overall, we've got the zhonecage and the, we've got zhonecage and whatnot to do. We're going to do that. We have just a couple of side quests left to wrap up. Unfortunately, there's one side quest we're not going to get done in the playthrough that was in Lineage and Legacies because it's hot trash. So I'm actually going to mark it as done on my spreadsheet just so that I can get rid of it off of my list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these side quests is to complete every inn request in the game. I'm not 100% sure we're going to get that done either, but we will see. The main thing is I want to get zhonecage done and then do these optional bosses we have left. The Valkanist Creus Guardians and the Rakagon, mainly. So we're going to get that done. But overall, my final verdict, because now we might have some skits to go along with it, but now all that's left is Zone Cage as a post-game dungeon. I don't think it's going to have a ton of stuff going with it. My overall, and I'll give, like, my final verdict again when I actually end the playthrough, but my overall feelings for, like, story-wise and what they went through, Lineage and Legacies, I really loved getting to see Richard, loved those skits. The story was fine. I really hate what they did with Lambda, love how they ended off the other characters. The gameplay is hot trash and makes me want to quit playing. It's really, really bad. I hope Zone Cage isn't near as bad. I don't think it'll be, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, you know, I did like seeing Sophie, like, get some of, like, the little queen part of Fodra to, like, give her more humanity and all. That was really nice, too, where she could, like, cry and stuff. I liked that. But, overall, this is kind of how I expected it to go when I got to, like, again, we're not completely done yet. We're going to do Zone Cage and all, but I'm talking like the playthrough is over. This is kind of still how I expected it to go. Tales of Graces, really great Tales of game. It's got a couple of, like, fairly big flaws, I think, but they're not, like, super damaging. But I do believe Tales of Graces firmly in 5th place for my Tales of rankings. I definitely still like Zillia, Arise, Abyss, and Berseria all more than I like Tales of Graces. That's not to say Tales of Graces is bad. That's still, like, a really good ranking to be 5th out of my favorite game franchise ever. But I do think that with the things that I don't like about Graces taken into account with the things I do really love about Graces, I don't think I like it more than any of the other 4 Tales of games that I've put higher than it. But, I just wanted to give that little, like, pseudo-review now that we got a credit sequence and finished Lineage and Legacies, but, stream isn't over. I don't know if this is gonna be, like, the end of a YouTube video, because, like, my YouTube stuff is all, because I cut out, like, the first 40 minutes of the stream, my YouTube stuff is all, like, messed up now on how I'm gonna be rendering this, so I don't know if this is the middle of a video, I don't know if it's the end of the video, but, we still have the Zone Cage dungeon to go through. We gotta fight the Rockagon, and we have to fight the Balkanus Creus bosses, so I think that's the majority of what we have left, and then I'm gonna try to get all the end requests done, but I make no promises, so we'll see how it goes. I feel a lot less pressured to finish every, like, if we miss out on that one side quest for doing every end request in the game, I'm not really gonna care all that much, because I already missed one side quest in Lineage and Legacies because it was bad. So now I don't mind as much if I skip that one other side quest. But let's see this skit and get to the Zone Cage.
Oh, it's a message from Poisson.
It must be important if she reached you all the way down here.
Let me see. Boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. And I was wrong. It's from Fourier.
Anything about Lambda?
Nope, wrong again. Apparently, Frederick's been borrowing her lab comp machine since forever, and it sounds like she wants it back.
Come on, we're busy. Have her get it herself.
She says she's busy in her lab. Also, we can get to Lhant much faster in the shuttle.
Sounds like we don't have a choice. Let's go find Frederick and take it back.
If you insist.
How do we not have a choice? Just don't do it. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to bring up that I don't, like, another complaint I have with Graces that I want to get across. This is really weird for me because I've never not never, but very rarely to my knowledge have I played a game where I felt this way, like that this is a complaint I would have. I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the only other game I can think of where I kind of had a complaint similar to this. But the voice acting in Tales of Graces is, like, it's delivered really poorly a lot of the time. Mostly, and I hate to say this because I love these two characters, the voice actors for Asbel and Richard, they're not very good. Like, especially in Lineage and Legacies, I felt like Richard, especially, when he was delivering a lot of his lines, he would take really awkward pauses in the middle of his speech. He would be saying a full sentence and, like, say 4 words, stop for a second, and then pick the sentence back up after a small break for some reason. It was really, really strange and, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? It was, like, really jarring in the moment for his lines to be, like, so poorly delivered. Asbel had that problem a lot as well with his voice actor. His voice actor did that a good deal. I feel like Sophie also, which is really weird to me that Sophie's voice actress had this problem, because Sophie is voiced by the same person that voices Morgana and Sothis. And I know that she does good voice acting for those characters, as much as I don't like Morgana. She does good voice acting for those characters in Persona 5 and Fire Emblem Three Houses. But when she does Sophie's delivery in this game, it's so, like, stilted and weird. I always just assumed that it was, like, the way she was trying to portray Sophie because she was, like, not human. But as other characters like Richard and Asbel's voice actors had the same issue, I was just like, maybe it's just that, like, they really didn't put a lot of effort into the voice acting for this game. I think that Sharia, Malik, which is Coffee Daddy, obviously, and Pascal, I think, as well, their voice actors did a good job, like, pretty well done. I can't really remember if Hubert's did all that well or not. I don't really remember standout moments of him, like, doing poorly. It was mostly Asbel, Richard, and Sophie a lot of the time where during, like really important scenes or even just throwaway scenes, their voice acting was really stilted and just not good. And it really, like, sometimes it would kind of, like, be jarring and take me out of the scene a bit, and I'd be like, that's really weird. But I would just brush it off because I was like, oh, whatever, just keep playing the game. You know, the game's good, the lines are good, they're just delivering them poorly. But I feel like in Lineage and Legacies, they, like, did it a lot more. Like, they did their lines poorly a lot more. So when we got to the end of the game there, I wanted to say it to see if other people felt the same way, if they were like, oh yeah, I felt that way too when playing. If I was crazy and that wasn't the case, and I was just, like, for some reason I was, like, mistaken, although I know I'm not mistaken, but maybe it's like it wasn't really as bad as I thought it was. But, they just really, like, dropped the ball on the voice acting a good bit in Graces, I feel like. Some, like, very specifically Asbel and Richard, I feel like, were the biggest proponents of it. Lambda's was also a little interesting at times, but he didn't have as many lines, and also, like, he's a mysterious space creature, so he kind of gets a pass, kind of like how I was giving Sophie a pass. What is this? Look at this, always cheers me up. Good for you, dude. But I wanted to also be able to mention that at the end. So, at times it felt like the VAs were given parts of the line and the script was done, and then they cut and pasted it together after the fact. Yeah, that is exactly how it felt. It really felt like they were given, like, a sentence to say, but they were given the sentence in 3 separate parts. What the heck is this? This may be the first time a cat's ever liked me. What? Okay, that was weird. A cat is following me now? Why? What is happening? But yeah, the voice acting, like, I've never played a Tales of game and felt like, man, the voice acting was really, like, kind of poorly done. Like, they kind of butchered it a little bit at times. So I wanted to get that point across. But anyways, all of that said and done, the playthrough was still not quite over because this Tales game is insanely long, like, much more than I thought it was. We gotta get into the post-game dungeon and see how that goes, man. Hoping for the best. Let's get it.
Welcome home, Lord Asbel.
Ah, Frederick. Perfect timing.
Did my sister leave a machine called a lap comp with you? 'Cause I think she wants it back.
Yes, your sister was kind enough to let me borrow it. I will bring it down right away. Please just wait there.
Frederick's gotta go delete all the internet history.
Pascal, what's a lap comp?
It's a comp that goes in your lap. Come on, Sharia.
Some sort of gizmo my sister cooked up. I don't know what it does.
It's odd to think that Frederick would need to borrow a machine from Fourier.
Asbel.
What is it, Sophie? Do you know something?
No, look. It's the sky.
The sky? What the hell?
Those people just fell out of the sky.
Those are humanoids.
We have to help them.
Oh my gosh, they're humanoids. I gotta check this out.
Everyone, get back!
Run for your lives!
We have to stop those things before they hurt someone. Focus.
What is happening? Ow, ow, ow. All right, we do have Axle mode in the base game now, which I really like because, you know, the one thing I really enjoyed about the gameplay in Lineage and Legacies was Axle mode. Hey, if you're just gonna be taking pot shots from the edge of the map, then I'm gonna murder you. Wow, you're way easier to kill than the other dude. Excuse me, please die. I need you to be dead. It'll make my life a lot easier. Hey, don't attack my healer, you leave her alone. She's very important to me. Asbel finally, like, basically proposed. I mean, not in this timeline, because this takes place before Lineage and Legacies, but still, it's really weird. Don't think about it. Die. I was actually considering if maybe I should have done Zone Cage before Lineage and Legacies, by the way.
Let's keep moving.
But I'm pretty sure the game wants you to do Zone Cage after Lineage and Legacies, because I'm pretty sure when you look at the trophy that you get for finishing Lineage and Legacies, it says, now go conquer the Zone Cage. I don't even know if you can do Zone Cage before Lineage and Legacies. The game might not let you, I'm not sure. Because I finished the main story, then went straight to Lineage and Legacies.